So again, I am so sorry for the setup, but first I tape my paper down so when I work with watercolor it does not budge, but I do this with the sketch already, so. I like to use a textured paper so the watercolor looks nice, but you can use whatever paper you like. Anyways, now for the sketch. As every single artist on this planet, I start out with a simple circle and a line in the middle of the face, aka where the nose is. Then I sketch out where the face ends and I start connecting the lines as I like. Now this takes a lot of time because as you can see, I'm just like drawing random lines and this takes years. This takes years to learn without like looking at the reference all the time. Now I do not follow the reference like to point. I just use it kind of as an inspiration and then I just like slap whatever features and stuff I want at the moment so I don't have to actually like focus on the reference because I'm way too lazy. Anyways, at this point I am trying to actually carve out the features and I feel like now I'm realizing that it is way too small. Now, this happens way too often for me, but when the painting is or the sketch is way too small, I just trace the sketch but in a bigger version as you can see and then I just erase the middle, so that's what I'm doing right now. After erasing everything that was in the middle, I draw a line for the eyes, for the nose, a circle for the mouth, and I just roughly sketch out where the eyebrows will be. As you can see, they literally do not even match. After that, I just roughly sketch out all of the shapes that will be not on the face but all over the rest of the page. I just lost words, I'm so sorry. So I'm sketching the hair right now and in the reference there she's got like some kind of piece of fabric over her hair, so that's what I'm sketching right now. And her ponytail is peeking out of it. So I'm sketching the neck again and that's basically like right now it's looking so scary, but I swear it will look better. You just gotta trust the process. I'm also sketching out the necklace and the clothing and I will see you once I sketch everything out. Now I'm enhancing the line in the middle so I can see where the nose will go and I'm trying to sketch out the nose. Now there will be a closer look when I'm sketching out the features in a minute. Just hold with me for a bit now, right? Now here's a closer look up for the nose. I sketch out the nostrils and the line that is the most noticeable on the painting in later. But this is a 3/4 view of the nose, so this I'm drawing so fast for me to talk about it. I also roughly sketch out, which I'm gonna erase this line later, but I'm sketching it out for the eyebrows so that I can draw the eyebrows. Now for the mouth, I start with the line in the middle so I know where the mouth starts and when it ends. And I just do a little 2 dots on the edges. Then I start with the cupid's bow and draw the mouth from there. Now it's more rounded on the side because this is again a 3/4 view of the face. Then I just finish the mouth with the lower lip as well. Now, right now, the lips are way too big. I'm gonna redraw them later, don't worry. And yeah, now I'm redrawing the lips. So I'm gonna see you once I redraw them. After successfully redrawing the lips, I start with the eyebrows. I start with the few little hairs within the nose. That's why I sketched out the lines of the nose. And then I just sketch out the rough shape of the eyebrow and fill it in just roughly. I do not care about the hair in this part of the sketching process. After that, I start with the eyes. Now you might think, why am I drawing? Now I start with the inner corner of the eye first, and from there I draw the upper lid and then the lower lid. You will see, again the eyes will look bad at this point because the way I was filming I could not like really focus on it, but it will get better. And so I'm doing it like that. It's very like fast sketching and I feel like this is not a tutorial for beginners, but mostly it's like to speed up your process. because I've been drawing for 8 years, you know, and I do not have the time to like sketch out the whole Loomis method or anything like that. I never did the Loomis method in the first place, so it was harder for me to learn it, but now I have a really fast sketching process, which I'm very proud of. So now that we've got the eyes done, what are we gonna do next? Well, the next thing I do is just draw over the features again so they are more noticeable. And that's basically it. That's why I didn't keep the full footage of this, because it took way too long for what it actually is. Like, it's just literally tracing the features so they are darker and I can actually see them. So that's what I did. I also made the fabric on her head a bit more smaller because it was way too big. It looked weird, you know. It did not look natural, and that happens, you know, in art. You gotta make mistakes and then you gotta fix them. That's basically the whole drawing process for me, you know. So I just darkened the hair so I know what the hair is and what the fabric is, and then I started on drawing again, tracing everything, and this takes way too long, and it's quite important for me to trace everything so I can see it. I have glasses but I can't see anything anyway, so that's why I trace it. And now, well, after tracing, I just lighten it, which is quite funny to say. Like, I've been darkening it the whole time just to erase it, but it's just to make the sketch better. And now you will actually see how the sketch will look, because this is a mess. This looks really bad. And I sped up this part of the video because it was really long, but after erasing it, I do the sketch that I will be drawing over or painting over with watercolor. You can see that I fixed up things, I draw the details in, and I erase all of the remaining rough sketch. Anyways, this is the finished product, how it looks. I am really proud of the sketch, and I will see you in the next video next Friday, where I will be teaching you how to color it with watercolor, which I think is way more interesting. Bye everybody, have a lovely rest of your day.